Ma, Czar, Rupp. Delicious.
Wow, that certainly looks so yummy. And this crepe, I tell you, is out of this world. The vegetable fillings are very tasty, and the best kept secret of all is the sauce. I tell you, this is going to be one of the best fresh lumpias you've ever tasted. So we start first with making the sauce, and we prepare 5 cups of water. Then we need the liquid seasoning, about 1/8 of a cup. By the way, if you want a more detailed recipe, you may look at it at the description box below this YouTube video. Okay, so next we need 1.5 cups of brown sugar, about a teaspoon of salt, and this is one of the secrets: add 4 tablespoons of creamy peanut butter. You'll also need about 12 heads of fresh garlic. We're gonna use a garlic press for this, and for this recipe I think it's better than just mincing it. If you want to purchase a garlic press, I have included a link in the description box below for you to look up if you like. Now we're ready to cook the sauce. Just put everything in a pot and let it boil in medium heat. If you really like more sauce to your fresh lumpia, just add maybe 50% more to the recipe. Just continually mix it until everything dissolves together, especially the peanut butter. Now while that boils, prepare around 4 to 5 tablespoons of cornstarch and just dissolve it with a little cold water. Just make sure the cornstarch is well dissolved and that there are no more lumps in the mixture. So just keep stirring the sauce until it looks something like this. Now you add the fresh garlic. So we're not gonna cook it for too long, so it's just cook a bit and there's still that kind of fresh garlic taste in it. So the last part is we thicken the sauce with cornstarch. Just pour it slowly in the mixture and continually mix it. Make sure it's well dissolved into the sauce and wait for the cornstarch to cook, and you'll see that the sauce is gonna thicken up. Now that's about how thick we want the sauce to be. That looks perfect. Now we just set it aside and let it cool down, and we move on to making some crushed peanuts. We're gonna use a small coffee grinder for this. Just put some dry roasted peanuts in the coffee grinder, and we're just gonna pulse it to get the desired texture of the crushed peanuts. Now that's about how coarse we want the peanuts to be. If you want to purchase a small coffee grinder, I have also included a link in the description box for you. Now let's move on to the crepe. We are going to need 4 cups of all-purpose flour, which we are going to sift to prevent lumps from forming in the flour. Then slowly whisk in about 6 cups of fresh milk. This is one of the secrets too. If you want really nice tasting, smooth textured crepe, then using fresh milk instead of water is the best. Add in about 2 teaspoons of salt in the batter too. Then add in 8 large eggs. Just continually whisk it until it incorporates smoothly into the batter. Then lastly, add in the olive oil and whisk it together again into the batter. Now we're ready to cook the crepe. You're gonna need a non-stick pan about 8 to 9 inches wide and a stick of butter to lightly grease it. Or you can use oil spray if you have oil spray. Then get about 1/3 cup of the batter and let the batter move around all over the pan so that you make sure that the batter on the edges are also thick. When the batter does not roll anymore, just stop and let it sit and let it cook through. You will know when it's done when the top part is already dry. And when you're already happy with the batter, just jiggle it, give it a jiggle so it loosens up so you can remove it from the non-stick pan. Just cut up some parchment paper so you will be able to stack up the crepes and so that they won't stick to each other. The batter we made makes about 2 dozen crepes. So the last part is cooking the fresh vegetables. We need some green beans, about 2 medium-sized sweet potatoes which we are going to mince like this, some julienne carrots, and about 2 medium-sized jicama or singkamas as we call it in the Philippines. We're gonna peel the skin and julienne it like this. Then some onions and a couple of shrimps which we're going to chop into small pieces like this. So we start to cook in any kind of pan. Put in some olive oil and some garlic. Put in the onions. Then put in the shrimps. The shrimps are gonna give our vegetables a good flavor. Next, we cook the sweet potatoes. Put a cover in so that it cooks faster. And just continually mix it so it cooks evenly. After a few minutes, add in the green beans. Then we season it with salt and pepper. So one of our secrets is we season it with chicken powder and some oyster sauce later. So we need about 2 teaspoons of the chicken powder and some oyster sauce, probably about 1/3 to 1/2 cup of oyster sauce. Then put in the carrots. If you have some soup stock, pour in some soup stock or water just to help the vegetables steam out. Now these are almost cooked. Just give it a taste to see if the vegetables are already cooked, especially the green beans. Now we put in the jicama or the singkamas last. You don't really need to cook the jicama too much because we want to keep it a bit crunchy. We just want to mix it in with all of the vegetables so that it absorbs some of that flavor. Now that is about done and we'll be ready to plate in a bit. So we start off with the crepe and put it in a nice plate. Then put in some of those vegetables, however much you like. We then need a fresh lettuce leaf to give it a nice color. Roll it up like a taco. And then pour over that yummy sauce. I like mine with a lot of sauce. Lastly, top it off with some roasted peanuts. And there you have it, the best fresh lumpia you've ever tasted.